Hey friends, whether you're a customer success manager today or you're trying to break into the field, listen up. AI is no longer just a buzzword. The best CSMs are already using it to be more strategic, more efficient, and frankly, more irreplaceable. Now, in this quick video, I want to show you how top customer success managers and myself are really using and leveraging AI every day and every week, and why even job seekers need to start doing the same and thinking about this as you're navigating the job search. So let's jump into it. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually break down a couple of these AI tools that CSMs should be using daily, or at least a variation of these, right? The actual specific tool, the module, isn't as important as understanding what you can do, speeding up your processes and making yourself more efficient while you're going about either your job search, learning about these items, or even in your day-to-day. Me as a customer success manager in a SaaS B2B company, it's really about not necessarily just doing more for the sake of doing more, but you want to take, if you're a 10-person company, 100-person company, 300 company, and make it feel as if you are a 3,000-person company. And how do you do that, right? You need to speed up, you need to have automation, and you need to do these things that would normally take hours, whether that's deck creation, whether that's videos, whether that's screenshots, whether that's preparing for meetings, anything that might take you hours or days. Now you want to be able to concisely do those in a day-to-day. So a couple of things that I want to highlight here are Loom. Now there's many options where you could do videos, you could do AI. So really you want the ability to basically have video content that you can actually record yourself, screen share the product, whatever it may be, and it has an ability to basically edit, take out buffers and fillers, right? So this is really the beauty of speeding up the video process, speeding up this process to get in front of your client, and how to actually do that quickly and efficiently by having Chrome extensions, you leveraging the AI, leveraging the ability to, clip and sync things together in a succinct, clear video. It's going to really push you forward. Another one that is really cool is Gamma Apps. Now there's many options here, but this one's really cool, and I've actually used it a lot. They have a free, but this one, in terms of creating these decks, because I know obviously there's Google, there's Gemini in there, but if you can have a way to actually create beautiful presentations and slides, and you give it a prompt. So basically everything that normally might take you hours, right, of researching branding colors, the marketing, these slides, how you want it, the fonts, the styles, all that stuff is going to be done for you in a presentation manner here. So you can really create everything from AI. It can create PDFs, it can create documents. So again, these things that might take you as a CSM as you're prepping for a QBR, you're prepping for a renewal conversation, you're prepping for a save, like a pre-renewal discovery call, right? And you want to have these action steps. You put everything into this AI, and it speeds up the whole process to give you a concise deck that then you can mirror to your company's branding scheme. But it gives you that ability to quickly and automatically have a succinct deck that is visually appealing for your audience. And again, you can do these same things and leverage these things when you're job seeking as well. This is the important part, is research these common tools, research how you can leverage them. Do you know them? And once you start to learn them, whether they're certifications or testing, or you're creating your own portfolio within LinkedIn, showcase that, brand your content, make sure people know that, put it in your resume, put it in your keywords as well. Again, here, I'm not logged in here, but it could be Chorus, it could be Fathom, it could be Notetaker. Any kind of basically note-taker software is going to be critical these days. Whether you're literally in sales, meetings, transcripts, what did they say, action items, takeaways, right? And it gives you follow-ups as well. And a lot of these are really cool. So they can come to your meetings, they'll succinctly digest the entire meeting, the whole transcript, and they'll cleanly give you takeaways with timestamps as well. So if you're not already leveraging something like this, game changer, very easy. A lot of these have free platforms as well, so you can do that. Forwards it right to your email, and it's very easy, very accessible. And again, you're going to be expected to know how to leverage and use these to your advantage as a customer success manager. So you want to make sure you understand what the options are, what they do, limitations as a job seeker as well. Like even myself, we basically have these recordings every single external client facing call, and it gives us recaps. It gives the ability to draft an email right away. So again, the way this speeds up the automation is it's exactly going to hone in on your tonality and key action items based off of the transcript and based off of the client's messaging, and you have that already ready to go. This one is goes without saying, could be Claude, could be ChatGPT. You just want to make sure that you are leveraging this to its fullest extent. Whether you're figuring out your ICP, your client's ICP, you're looking at market intelligence, competitive intelligence, give it the prompts. Work and practice on your prompt management. I can't emphasize this enough. I get it. The prompting could be confusing, but this is going to be one of the biggest things now and moving forward over the next 3 to 5 years. When you're a job seeker and when you're actually in your day to day, is crafting prompts, inputting enough data intelligence in here of their market analysis, their competitive analysis. How big is the company? What's the client do? What is their budget? What are their comp analysis? You put all these things in here and you give it a tone, you give it a direction. It will give you sort of like a business agent sidekick. It will give you a marketing sidekick. It will give you a coach, right? So if you are better at prompting the ChatGPT, the better outcome it will give you. And this is going to be key at speeding up your process. And again, ideation, creation, and follow-ups as well with your clients. Scribe is cool, and I think this is definitely a new one that you definitely want to get more familiar with. And again, it's one of those things to just really hone in on. Screenshots can take a while, right? You're going through a process, you're going through a workflow, you're going through these things day to day, and you want to make sure that you're kind of speeding up the process. It's like, okay, record me doing this process, then transcribe it into a step-by-step process. Because you're again, when you're going over with your clients, whether it's white glove or it's one to many in a digital format, they are going to ask you all the time, how do you do this? Whether it's a Loom video or a Scribe or some sort of document or an automation. And Scribe really comes in handy of basically creating these workflows and documents and pages very, very quickly, very, very seamlessly. Another one I like to point out here too is cool because these ones are just kind of the first iteration of AI avatars for coaching courses. If you're in LMS, if you're in teaching. And again, this is a really good one to just get familiarity with of like what they are, how the AI avatars work, what the prompts are, what they can feel and look like, right? Because again, you might be in some sort of software company that wants these. You could be a software company that has these as tutorials in their learning product education material. So you want to understand and have a good bandwidth of like what it does. Have you tried it? Do you understand it? And that way you can better leverage yourself in those conversations with hiring managers if you're a job seeker, but also you already are ahead of the curve when you're at a company being like, I already have a good exposure on some of these tools. Let me be on that project, right? So it kind of gives you an upward mobility too within your own company to showcase these moving forward. All right, everyone. I know that was a lot, but again, these are just small platforms and small software services that you can start getting involved in and leveraging right now. And again, there's so many out there, and really that's sort of the exciting part with it. If you're actually within customer success in your day to day, you want to start playing around with some of these tools, research them, try out the free demos, whether it's 7 days or they just have a free plan. Could be survey tools, right? Could be your CRM analytics tools, could be some AR avatars, right? Check out other content AI tools. You want to be able to have the ability that you understand what AI is, where the direction is, what are the capabilities, and what 5, 6, 7, 8 types of different platforms are out there that you can effectively say that you are ahead of the competition, right? Because a lot of these tools are just growing and getting bigger and larger. So the more you can get in front of that as a job seeker and in your day to day as a customer success manager, you'll be really ahead of the ball and ahead of the curve.